Hi, in this video I want to create a simple container for you. First, I create a folder for my container where I want to create simple project and simple container for it, container image for it. I will call it 0 for simple container. And then I will change to 0 for container, and because it is a really simple container image, I want to start with npm initial command to create a package JSON file. The package name can be 04, version it is okay, description entry point is index.js, it is okay. I don't have repository, author, for example, I am the author, and I don't have a license, yes, it is okay, it is great. Then I can go to my folder and open the package file. It has been created, it is great. And main is the entry point or the start point of my application. I will copy the name of index.js, create new file, and to create index.js. I want to install Express, npm install Express, because I want to use Express to create my application. Great, it has been installed, and when I go to package JSON file, we see that Express has been installed. Okay. The package is a good idea for containerized application, because the idea of containerizing application is to create small and minimum applications, and by using package JSON file we can install the exact package or library that we need and the specific version that we are using to create the current application for it any time that we deploy this application. Okay, then I have a really small hello world example here. You can use the same URL and copy the code because it is only for learning a hello world. Then I go to index and paste it here. The important thing that we should pay attention is port 3000 when I want to use port forwarding to my container image. Okay, I save it. Now creating the project is finished. Then I start with Dockerfile, new file, Dockerfile, and I can use a control space button combination to use auto-compilation. Auto-compilation help me to use the available commands in Dockerfile, and of course you have to install the extension of Dockerfile in your Visual Studio Code. Then I press Tab to select it, and I know that I want to use Node container image as my base container. If I delete it and press Ctrl space, you can see a list of available container images. I will write Node, it is great. I will write colon, and control space. It will list the version of node that are available in a public Docker Hub container image registry, and I will use version 10. The next line, after that I specify the base container image, then I would say which directory should be my working directory, control space and work directory. I will use usr/src and app. I will take this path as my working directory, and after that I specify the working directory, I will transfer the package JSON file as next step to my container image to install it on the container. Then I will use copy, and in copy I will say package.json file. I transfer it to the current folder. As next, I should install the content of this package file on the container image. Therefore, I use run to run a command, and the command is npm install. Now the container consists the libraries that I need for my application. Then I should transfer the index.js file to my container image. Then I use copy again, and I say the file transfer all files that you see under this folder to the container image. But pay attention, here I have node module folder here, and we should prevent to transfer this file to container image. The way to prevent to transfer or copy a file or folder to container image to keep the container image as small as possible is to use Docker ignore file. Then I press right click and I say .docker ignore. Then I have Docker ignore file here, and I would say node underline the name of the folder. I would say node underline modules, control S. This file prevent transferring a node underline modules folder to Docker image. Then I close it. Now I know the file that I need is transferred to container image. One more thing that I should do when I usually want to run this application on my local machine, I should run the npm run command to run it on my local machine. Therefore, we should do the same on container image. I would say here cmd is a command. I want to run npm when the container starts. Control S. The Dockerfile is finished, and we can start with building the container image. We come here. Good. We say Docker, please build a container image for me and tag it -t simple container. Simple container and point. It means the Docker file is in the current folder. It takes some seconds to download base container image, Node version 10 Node, and then the output of this line is a container image, which is input for the second line. In this second line, the container image will be opened, or the container will be run, and this working directory will be created in the container which is running. The output of this line would be new container image, and it would be the input of the third line, and in the third container the copy will be executed and transfer a package JSON file to the current working directory, and so on. It's important that you know the output of each line is a container image for the next line, and when we are finished with building the container image, therefore we see that we have extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers in the container image above node 10. Okay, container image is finished. Then we can say Docker, please run the container image --rm -p. We mentioned to port 3000. Now I want to specify port forwarding, and I say I say it again, Docker please run --rm please forward -p port 3000 of the host to the port 3000 of the container, and which container image should be used? Simple -container. Now we see that we have an error here and we cannot run our container image. Then what should be the problem? We have, it says that missing script start, and we see that we have a start in our command. One more thing that we should pay attention to it is that when we use a start here, then we should have server.js file in our application. Then I would go to my package, rename the index.js to server.js, and rename Ctrl+C, Ctrl+S, and rename the index.js to server.js. That's it. Then I come back to Dockerfile, it is okay. Then I come back to command line, and I build the I build the container image again. Great, and run the container image again. Great. Now our application available in this port. Press Ctrl and click the follow link. Hello World is there. Then you have done the Hello World project on containerized technology.